Going to be 180 knots. Pre-select altitude. So I need to set it to 5,000. Bank limit auto. Heading set to the runway. Auto brake set to RTO. Speed brake lever down. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake set. Flap lever agrees with the displays. Alright, verify that the fuel control switches are off. Seatbelt sign on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and begin the before pushback checklist. So APU verify on. APU generators on. External power disconnected. Hydraulic pumps on auto. Fuel pumps all on. Alright, beacon on. Alright, trim set. All doors closed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the plane pushed back and headed towards Narita. Okay, let's go ahead and get engine 1 started up. Alright, giving fuel to engine 1. Alright, engine 1 started. Starting engine 2. Giving fuel to engine 2. Setting flaps to 10. Engine 2 is starting. Let's go ahead and get engine 3 started up. Giving fuel to engine 3. Alright, starting engine 4. Giving fuel to engine 4. Taxi light on. Parking brake disabled. Give us some power. Thankfully, we don't have a long taxi. We're right next to the runway. So all we have to do is a right-hand turn, and we are holding short. Okay, holding short of runway 7 left. Taxi light off. Okay, we've been cleared for takeoff, enabling our lights. Okay, disabling parking brake. Alright, let's start rolling. Engine stable. Takeoff thrust set. You're up. Alright, that was a pretty good takeoff, climbing out to 5,000. Alright, now I need to climb out to 12,000. I'm going to go ahead and enable the autopilot. Okay, setting the altitude for our next waypoint, which is 17,000. Okay, changing the altimeter's pressure to standard. Alright, setting the altitude for our next waypoint, which is 25,000. We're approaching our next waypoint, so I'm going to set our altitude for the next waypoint, which is our cruising altitude. So I'll go ahead and set it to 41,000 feet. Okay, so we are approaching our cruising altitude of 41,000 feet. So we've been flying for a little over 30 minutes right now. So right now you can see the sun rising on the horizon beautifully. So as you can see, we have another 7 hours to go in our flight before we hit Japanese airspace. But anyway, I'll let the plane fly itself for the next 7 hours, and I'll check in with you guys right before we hit our top of descent. Okay, so we've been flying for nearly 6.5 hours right now. We're approaching Narita right now, and I need to quickly get the rest of the plan programmed into the plane. So the weather has changed quite a bit. The wind direction has changed up on us and everything. The air pressure has changed. So I'm going to be using all that information to plan the rest of the flight. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I was able to get the rest of the flight plan loaded into the plane, so we still have a little bit of time to go before we hit our top of descent. and we do have pretty calm weather, I'd say, in comparison to our previous flights waiting for us at Narita, but we do have a crosswind and some hot weather, so we will have some work ahead of us in regards to the stability for this approach, but it should not be anything I can't handle. So anyway, I'll go ahead and check in with you guys once we hit our top of descent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change our altitude to the waypoint we're about to hit next. Apply more speed brakes to help slow us down. We're reducing our airspeed to 180. Okay, we're beginning our turn into the approach pattern. So since our next waypoint doesn't have a altitude for it, I'm going to go ahead and aim the plane for the following waypoint, which is at 4,000 feet. Reducing speed brakes. Flaps 5. Speed brakes down. Alright, flaps 10. Okay, auto brake setting set for the landing. Reducing our vertical speed so that we align with the Gemin waypoint. Okay, changing the altimeter setting. Okay, adjusting our vertical speed to make up for the errors made by the autopilot when doing our last turn. And reducing our airspeed to 175 or 170. Okay, so just so I have extra time to fine-tune our altitude, I'm going to set the altitude to the waypoint following our next one, which is 3,000 feet for Conan. Okay, reducing our speed to 160. Flaps 15. Flaps 20. Go ahead and help the plane stay stable through the turn. Okay, setting the altitude to the next waypoint. Airspeed 147. Alright, making our final turn. Alright, flaps 25, gear down. Flaps 30. Alright, autopilot disabled, my plane. Knots. Alright, welcome to Narita. flaps up. Speed brakes down. Wing lights off. Tux light on. Strobe off. Okay, let's go ahead and get taxied back to the cargo terminal. Okay, let's get the APU turned on. Alright, parking brake on, external power enabled, engines off, beacon off. Alright, well that's going to do it for this flight. It took a little over 7.5 hours to finish this one. This was the first time I've flown the 747 in a little over a year, honestly. So it was very fun flying it. It was very smooth, very nice. I can't wait to do more flights in the 747. So anyway, if you guys are excited to see more of that, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications so you guys are made aware of whenever I post one of those. So anyway, have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.